Loving this shirt here. It is pretty awesome, I gotta admit. Okay, we got, what the heck? I got a little stain on my my flag. Wow, got a little stain. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Sam Downey here. Make sure to follow me on Instagram if you guys haven't already, at SamDowney44. Also, make sure to subscribe to me on subscribe to my YouTube channel for new videos every week. We're talking about like non-binary stuff. I'm answering all you guys' questions, vlogging my HRT transition. So, you know, make sure to subscribe. We're at like almost, I think we're at like almost 240 subscribers, maybe even more by now when this video gets posted. So thanks so much for the support, really appreciate it. I have this goal that we can reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And honestly guys, I think we can do it. So, you know, keep on sharing my videos with all your friends, all that kind of stuff. Cause like, yeah, I really appreciate all the support I've had. Whoa, okay, water bottle. But yeah. So this video is video that you guys have been asking for a while. You know, I get a lot of comments about it, and it's basically dating as a non-binary person. Honestly, I've had a lot of struggles dating as a non-binary person. I wanted to go over them. I also wanted to go over my past relationship that I was in where I actually came out as non-binary. If you don't know, I was in a relationship for 4 years. I ended up coming out. She was the first person, my ex was the first person I came out to as non-binary. Thought I would kind of give you guys a brief history of that and just go over a couple like stereotypes that I find that some people kind of bring up, because we did break up because of me coming out as non-binary. But at the same time, my ex is very supportive of trans rights, non-binary rights. Like, it's nothing to do with that. There was no bad blood or anything like that. So let's go over my relationship. So yeah, I was in a 4-year relationship with a cisgendered woman. It was great, really good. It was very serious as well. We ended up moving in together. We were living together. We had cats, all that kind of stuff. Kitties. We had kitties. It was awesome. So basically, I would say in the last year of us dating, that's when I started really expressing my gender identity and, you know, starting to dress a little bit more feminine at home. I wasn't out yet in public, and really kind of exploring what my actual identity is, right? And, you know, I was very fortunate to have a partner that was so supportive of me, like really being able to experiment and, you know, let me wear whatever I wanted. Because, you know, obviously, like, you know, that's not the case for everyone, as some people might have been very uncomfortable with that, and like that would have caused almost like problems in their relationship. Now, I would say about 6 months in, that's when I got a little bit more serious with it. I was like always at home dressing very feminine. That's just kind of like I was always wearing. I would wear like, you know, women's underwear, that kind of stuff. And yeah, I was getting very into dressing feminine. And I think my ex could even tell that, you know, me coming out as trans or me coming out as non-binary was gonna be a thing in the future. So that's when she started kind of like, you know, getting almost a little bit upset about that, which 100% I get, like, for sure, like, you know, like someone's turning into or having a different gender identity, you know, it could be it's a big thing because you fell in love with this one person and they're turning into someone else, right? I would say about 3 months before we ended up breaking up, my ex is very good at makeup, right? And I was like, can you do my makeup? Can you do my makeup? Like, can you do my makeup, do my hair? Because I had long hair at the time as well. And she was like, oh yeah, no problem. Because she was, you know, she was being supportive, like 100%. She's going to be supportive and let me do whatever I want. Even though, like, you know, I was always denying, like, no, I'm not trans. I'm not non-binary. Like, don't worry. Like, that's not going to happen. Even though I was totally trans. Like, but yeah, so, and then she did my makeup one night, and that's when it really clicked, I think, for her. Right after she finished my makeup, I looked in the mirror, and I was like, you could tell just on my face that it was like, I was so happy with the way I looked. It was like the first time that I actually was satisfied with the way I actually looked. And, you know, like, and she could kind of tell that it's like, you know, I think like she kind of looked at me and she was like, I'm not sexually attracted to you though. Like, I'm not attracted to you. And that, like, that's what she was thinking, right? And it was really hard for her. Like, it honestly really was. And like, I totally get it. Like, I don't know, there's this kind of misconception that I find, especially just, you know, I read a lot of stuff on, you know, Reddit, Facebook groups, that kind of stuff, where people are like, oh yeah, I came out to my partner partner, and like, you know, I thought they were like supportive of trans rights. They're always supporting trans rights and all that kind of stuff, but they wanted to break up. Like, wow, like that's so transphobic. It's like, honestly, I want to normalize this statement, guys. You can still support your partner coming out as trans or non-binary and not want to date them after they come out. This is a big thing that I find. Like I would tell people like, yeah, we broke up because I came out as non-binary. We just decided that was the better way to do it because, like, you know, there wasn't really any sexual attraction between us in the last couple of months when I was really expressing myself. And a lot of people jumped on like, oh wow, like you deserve way better, like can't believe her. Like, it's like, no, like in the end, as a trans person or a non-binary person, you're basically living your fullest life now, right? Why should your partner or ex-partner have to like give up their sexuality and not live their fullest life in the end just to be with you? My ex basically deserves to be with someone who gives off the energy that she's looking for and someone who she's sexually attracted to. Because I would say probably in the last like 6 months of us dating, like there was no sexual attraction at all. Like it was kind of like, you know, she got home from work and it was like, sup homie, how's it going? Like we were almost just like friends living together, right? Like we obviously got along really well and all kind of stuff, but when it came to the sexual attraction, there was just like really nothing there, right? Like it just wasn't there. You know, in the end, like coming out as non-binary, like, or trans, like of course you are the same person as you were before, but at the same time you're not. You're really expressing yourself differently, and you know, like not everybody's gonna be into that sexually, and or like, yeah, be attracted to that. And that's just something that like I think a lot of people need to understand is like your ex-partner can totally be supportive of trans people, be supportive of you, and still not want to pursue a relationship anymore. Like that's 100% valid. And I feel like, you know, a lot of people kind of jump to the other side thinking that your partner's being almost like transphobic, not wanting to date you anymore. I find that outrageous, honestly. I find that it's a dumb statement. Like I don't know. Like I just don't I don't get people with that mentality, right? So yeah, that was my relationship. I ended up coming out to my ex first. She was the first person that I ever came out to. I think I already said that. But yeah, I came out to her, I think it was maybe March or February of this year. In the end, like she was 100% supportive. Like she wanted me to live my fullest life. She could tell that I wasn't very satisfied with life. Like there was probably a good like 3 months where I just like didn't have any motivation to do anything. You could tell that I was just kind of in a dark place because like I had like a secret that I wanted to tell someone, but I didn't want to ruin anything with the relationship, right? You know, we worked it out, and honestly, there's no bad blood, and I talk to her all the time, honestly. I'm very fortunate that it really went, it ended in a very mature manner, because, you know, I've heard of a lot of people where it's like, of course, like people that, you know, they come out to their partner and the partner's almost like mad at them. They're like, why would you do this to me? Why would you lie to me for this long? And it's like, in the end, it's one of those things that it takes a while to come out as trans. Like, of course, you know you're trans for a long time and you're really debating that, but, you know, it takes a while to really build up that courage to finally say it and, you know, be honest with yourself, right? So let's move on to now dating as a non-binary person. So let's start off with my sexuality in general, or my sexual orientation. So probably because probably a lot of people, it's the same way. A lot of non-binary people, I don't like to use labels when it comes to sexual orientation because I don't even know how it works with non-binary people, you know, like... But if I had to put a label on it, I'd probably say that I was bisexual with a favorability on women. I'm very attracted to women, always have been. I do have some attraction to men, but when it comes to getting in relationships with people, I'm probably more into getting into a relationship with another woman. That could be like a trans woman, cis woman, anything like that, yeah. Any woman. maybe a non-binary person. I haven't really met a non-binary person I've connected with romantically or emotionally, but, you know, you never know in the future. But yeah, there are a couple of struggles that I've really dealt with being in the dating scene as a non-binary person. So the first one, I've brought it up a couple of times. I do find it hard finding someone who is into both masculine and feminine energy, which I give off. For example, I talk very masculine, right? Like I have a very masculine voice, kind of a masculine, like, I don't know, like way of saying things. Like, I don't know. I don't try to talk very feminine, right? Like I just talk like the way I am. Like I'm always like, you know, hanging out with the boys, chilling. Like I don't know, like I'm just chill, right? I'm just chill. That was a dumb way of explaining. Okay, yeah. And then I also give off like feminine vibes too, right? Just the way that I dress. I do like sometimes wearing makeup. I do like, like I do love my hair, like that kind of stuff. Yeah, I do find it kind of hard finding someone who's both into masculine and feminine vibes, because most people are just they're either looking for someone who's very masculine or someone that's very feminine. So yeah, when you kind of give off both and you're kind of like in the middle, yeah, it can be kind of hard finding someone that really is into both. And I also find it hard, finding someone who's okay with me being on hormones in general, right? It is different. Like, I get it. Honestly, like, of course I can still, like, I can still use my penis at times, and I can still do like penetration. Is that the word? Penetration. But yeah, like I can still kind of like, do like the penetrated set. Yeah, I could, yeah, like, yeah. I can still do that, but like that's not really exactly what I'm into. And also just, like being on hormones in general, like I do get how it's kind of like, it's different and not everyone's going to be into that. Like it is, I guess, like it's different. Like, like I do give off a different vibe. Like, my body is changing a lot too. Like, yeah. And that's another thing you have to deal with, like, my body changing. Obviously in the next couple of months, like I'm gonna actually have like boobies, hopefully. So like it is different, right? And like, you might be someone might be attracted to me now because I do kind of have still like a little bit of a male body, but in a couple of months it might be a little bit harder for them to be attracted to me because I'll have a different kind of body type, right? And another thing as well is this one's kind of just me. I don't know if other non-binary people, it kind of goes into, I guess, the hormones thing as well. I have a very low sex drive, or I like to say I like cuddling. I don't know, like I'm not really a very sexual person. Obviously there are people that kind of have the same vibe as me. They have a low sex drive and they're not really into sex and sexual activities and stuff. I haven't really met someone like that. I honestly find like even when I do like meet someone that has like a high sex drive and like they're obviously sexually attracted to me, it's almost like kind of overwhelming for me because like I'm just not really a sexual person. I don't know, like I'm just like, I get satisfied with just like, chilling on the couch, cuddling, watching Netflix, hanging out, ordering a pizza. Like that's my like connection to someone. That's what I like doing. And I don't know, I find it kind of hard because like there are a lot of people that, of course, like they have high sex drives, and that's kind of that's an important thing in a relationship. And like as someone who doesn't really have a high sex drive, it can be kind of difficult connecting with someone who does have a high sex drive. This last one, like I kind of feel like, I don't know if everyone will, like other non-binary people will kind of agree with me on this, but I actually kind of find it hard connecting with other non-binary people on a romantic or like emotional level. I don't know, like I just like, yeah, I don't know if I've just not really met anyone yet that's non-binary as well that I connect with. I find that with non-binary people, of course, we do have, like, all non-binary people have stuff in common, but at the same time, every non-binary person is different, right? Like, literally so different. And sometimes connecting with non-binary people on an emotional level, I've had like trouble with. In general, I'm just not really attracted to other non-binary people. Like, in the end, like, you never know if down the road I'll find someone that's non-binary as well, and I'll be into them. For now, like I just really haven't met anyone who is non-binary that, yeah, I can connect with emotionally and like really want to, have a relationship with, right? It's one of those things as well that like being non-binary, even though like, you're just kind of on the outside, right? You're kind of on the outside when it comes to dating, because a lot of people, it's like, it's men and women. Men and women, that's really it. And when you're non-binary, it's just kind of hard to almost like squeeze into the dating scene, right? Like just squeeze on in. Like, I don't know, like I've just had like always trouble, like, connecting, and like I know, like I don't even really seem like as confident talking about this stuff probably as you can tell, just because this is something I do struggle with a lot. And of course, I've been like super happy on hormones, super happy being out as non-binary, but this is something that I still do struggle with, is finding a connection with someone, being a non-binary person. And I feel like just from all the comments that I've gotten as well, this is a big problem really, or a big thing in the non-binary community. You never know, like maybe in the future I'll meet someone that's really, likes me for me and likes my masculine and feminine energy that I give off, and I'll really like their energy that they give off as well. Cause I don't know, like, it's just like, yeah, I said it before, like, I just don't have a really big sex drive. I'm just looking for someone who's just an emotional, like, companion really now, like just someone to hang out with. And, you know, hopefully one day I'll find someone. But yeah, that's about it for this week, guys. Thanks so much for checking out the video. I really appreciate everyone that checks out my videos. Really appreciate it, honestly. Like, make sure to follow me on Instagram if you haven't already at samdowney44. Also, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/samdowney. And yeah, that's really about it, guys. Thanks so much again, and catch you next week. Peace.